Today I will practice from the book Clear Thinking by Shane Parrish. It is chapter 2.2, that is self knowledge. Self knowledge is about knowing your own strengths and weaknesses. You must know what you can do and what you can't, your powers and limitations, your strengths and vulnerabilities, what is in your control and what is not. You know what you know and what you don't know, and you know moreover that you have cognitive blind spots, that there are things you don't know, and you don't know them. What Donald Rumsfeld famously called unknown unknowns. If you want to better understand your level of self knowledge, ask yourself how many times a day you utter the phrase I don't know. If you never say I don't know, you're probably dismissing things that surprise you or explaining away outcomes instead of understanding them. Understanding what you do and don't know is the key to playing games you can win. I witnessed a powerful display of self knowledge recently at a group dinner with a very successful friend who had made a fortune in real estate. A savvy investor at the dinner pitched him on a company he was taking private. The idea was one of the most compelling I had heard in years. After hearing out the pitch, my friend paused for a second, took a sip of water, and said, I am not interested in investing. The entire table sat in silence, wondering what he had missed. Someone finally broke the silence by asking him why he was passing. I don't know anything about that space, he said. I like to stick to what I know. As we left the restaurant, the conversation continued. He admitted that the pitch sounded great. He trusted the person and thought investor would make a lot of money on that deal. They did. Then he told me the key to successful investing is to know what you know and stick to it. My friend knew real estate well, and he knew if he played in that space and was patient, he couldn't help but be successful. It's not the size of your knowledge, but how you use it. Knowing just what it is that you know is among the most practical skills you can have. The size of what you know is not nearly as important as having a sense of your knowledge's boundaries. At dinner one night, Charlie Munger elaborated on the same idea my real estate investor friend had put forth. He said, when you play games where other people have the aptitude and you don't, you are going to lose. You have to figure out where you have an edge and stick to it. It's not enough to know where you have an edge. You also have to know when you are operating outside of it. If you don't know which side of the line you are on, or that there even is a line at all, you are outside your boundaries. Self knowledge is not limited just to hard skills, though, it's also about knowing when you are vulnerable to your defaults, the kinds of situations where circumstances do the thinking for you. Maybe you are prone to being overly emotional, to sadness, anger, or intrusive self defeating thoughts. Maybe you have a short temper when you are tired, or you become an ogre when you are hungry. Maybe you are acutely sensitive to social pressure and the threat of social scorn. Knowing about your strengths and weaknesses, your abilities and their limits is essential to counteracting your defaults. If you don't know your vulnerabilities, your defaults will exploit them to gain control of your circumstances. Now we will proceed with chapter 2.3, that is self control. It starts with a quote by William Shakespeare in Hamlet. Give me that man that is not passion's slave, and I will wear him in my heart's core, in my heart of hearts. Self control is the ability to master your fears, desires, and other emotions. Thank you. That's it for the day.